Hi everyone, welcome to our third episode of our podcast. Today's star of the show will be Barbie. Here with you is me, AB, and
And my name is MC, but y'all already know from our last episode where we talk about brats. However, this time we're gonna talk about our queen Barbie. We're gonna definitely go first with a little intro, the news, a little bit of summary, and we're gonna also discuss stuff like what we like, what we dislike, and just basically general stuff about Miss Barbara. And at the end, we're probably gonna also talk about any recommendations. So yeah.
yeah. So jumping right into the news, I think we missed doing it like the last episode. We completely forgot, probably. It's not like there weren't any. So this week is full of news. Starting off, I guess, with the most obvious and kind of related to the topic is Miss Barbie, the leaked images of Barbie, Barbie from the upcoming movie, and there were like a bit, I guess, somewhat mixed feelings in a bad way, mostly, unfortunately, about her face specifically. Yeah, it kind of it's not that bad, but I wouldn't consider it like something that I expected. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, you can go.
Okay. Well, I definitely agree with you. I feel like, well, I mean, at first when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I was like, oh, okay, okay." But to be honest, after quite some time, I would say it's kind of warming up to me. Okay, I don't think so. It's that bad. I get the vibe. It's kind of giving me a realistic version of Life in the Dream House. If anyone knows Life in the Dream House, but I think it's cute. I think it's not that bad. It could be worse. I think it's fine. We'll see when I feel like the dolls actually come in stores because you never know. You never know. Sometimes something looks bad and then we get better pictures because the pictures are not the best. That's also another thing to keep
Yeah.
in mind.
No, the pictures are fine because it's pretty up close and the quality is fine. Maybe it's like maybe a different variant or I don't know. I don't think the face is that bad. For my taste, the smile is a bit too wide, but it's okay. I can look past that. I think it's only the combination of the wonky as bangs, I guess. Yeah, I think the bangs maybe if you
True.
fix them up, they're gonna look way better. It's
Okay,
like
have a
the
point.
moment with it's like the moment with the Barbie extra. She had like this latex pink dress. She also had like weird ass bangs. The face
Yeah,
is
but
pretty. Like Millie is like maybe some people say she's boring, but she's definitely somewhat of pretty. She doesn't look bad in the face, but the bangs really did her dirty because yeah, most of people always like restyle the bangs. So I think it's like only the combination the bangs of in the face, in my opinion.
that too. I do give you a point for that. Also, there's gonna be other dolls apparently, which I'm definitely hoping that is
Yeah, there
gonna
were
be
like
good.
also leaked images of the other Barbie. I think for the trailer she was supposed to be like the messed up Barbie, like with
Mm-hmm.
cut hair and like broken limbs and something like that. So yeah, there's that.
I'm gonna stay
Um,
positive. Let me just tell you that, okay? I'm gonna stay positive.
yeah, maybe if it's not for you, just hope for maybe a variant between like Indonesian and China version, which is
Oh yeah.
always the case with Mattel. So
That
yeah,
is that.
the next news topic would be are the leaked images of the series three reproductions of Bratz dolls,
Oof.
like with the
Ooh.
lineups. I think it was Megan, Tiana, Fiona, and Felicia, right? Or no, it
Uh,
wasn't Megan. It was a
and it was not
boy.
Megan Babe.
No, no,
Fiona,
no.
Tiana, Felicia, and that's
And
it. Honestly,
I think
that's
there
all.
were four characters. Yeah, kind of forgot. So Tiana, I think you have. I'm gonna leave it up, Tiana, to you. Opinions, thoughts.
I love it. I will buy a lot from her. I'm just saying it out there, okay? I'll be the first one in line, because I think she's gorgeous. Like she looks so much better. Like she makes the original doll look like a reproduction. Like she makes the original doll look wonky as hell. Like I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like I do like the original a lot, but damn, they
Yeah,
wow. I really hope. I'm so scared. Like I'm actually scared that what we saw is not gonna be this. Like I hope it really is, because you never know. Like we're not gonna talk about the Rock Angels ones, you know what I mean? But
yeah. Like the famous meme said, I think comparing the reproduction Tiana and the original Tiana is like the original Tiana has the yesification level set to 60%
oh
compared to
yeah,
this one.
oh yeah. It's just that's the thing. I don't know what to say except she's just good. She's just so much better. Like so much. At least I don't know if the outfit is gonna be as good quality as the original, but the face
Yeah, it
already
was.
is.
Yeah, I think there was like an article about their zodiacs, and that's where literally they themselves kind of leaked the complete version of Tiana. And I don't know, she looked pretty close to the original. She even had earrings, which is like also another criticism that a lot of people had with the series 2 reproduction, because none of them had like accessories and stuff.
Like any jewelry, basically,
Yeah,
right?
they felt, because of the like missing jewelry, they kind of felt a little bit cheap in a
Get
sense.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Right next to her, there was pictures of Fiona, and Fiona had, I guess, again, a surgery for the, I guess, third or fourth time, because she had forehead reduction, as people would say. Because just, I'm not gonna say much. Just Google "funk out Fiona" and just tell me
Yum.
first things, like first thoughts you have on her face. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to sound mean to people like with bigger forehead.
I'm
Um,
looking at you,
let's
babe.
Yeah. So
Don't say much, please. Don't say shit about my queen.
it's more like Brad's heads are already big, and if you put like a bigger forehead, it's just really something that jumps right into your eyes. So it's not like general criticism with people like bigger foreheads. It's just the doll that was a bit weird, and it's not like it's that bad of a thing, because there were some dolls like Yasmin with bigger forehead that I actually like because of the bigger forehead, like the Sunkissed Summer Yasmin. But yeah, I think it's like tasting. But she definitely had like her fourth surgery done to her face, because Miss Thing is also known to be transitioning between races, as we know in the Bratz history, in the
And
Bratz
styles
community.
and subcategories and
Yeah,
you name it.
they were also like right with the, I guess, the source, the same source also like leaked images of their shoes, like of the upcoming dolls. Like obviously we saw like Tiana's shoes, Fiana's shoes, um, Pretty in Punk Ethan's shoes, like the reproduction, also, and some
Exciting.
like sneakers, some new sneakers with like a logo. Maybe it's like another.
Designer collab, right?
Yeah, probably that's what I think. Uh, then also very excited. Campfire Felicia shoes,
Yum.
like both of them. It's ah, I can't wait.
I think none of us can
And
wait, like literally.
yeah,
Today.
and some random ass princess shoes in like, I guess it's Sasha's skin tone. It's not the same as Yasmin's. It's a bit darker, but it's not dark as Felicia. So I would say it's maybe Sasha's, or very least maybe Nebra.
But isn't it a bit too early for like I don't know. I feel like it's so like if you're going chronologically, they kind of been releasing like earlier dolls, and I feel like Princess dolls are like a bit too later.
Yeah, it's like right before they kind of went into decline, you know?
Yeah, like we don't even have like Tokyo Gogo, let's say, or like we have Pretty and Punk and Rock Angels, but we don't have Tokyo Go. We don't have like I don't know, like Genie Magic or Forever Diamonds. Like I feel like the princes are like literally after Forever Diamonds, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah,
it's just like it's kind of too quick. Like I feel like they're kind of moving. I don't know, years or like generate. I
maybe
don't even know, babe.
maybe they're making like some special release because as we all know, Sasha wasn't even in the original lineup for the Princess Lion, which is quite unfortunate.
They just like basically gave Sasha's outfit from the series, if I'm not mistaken, to Megan in the doll version.
No, it was Roxy, as I
Oh,
remember.
oh my gosh, Megan. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rocky.
and I think they did it the other way around because usually they make the dolls first, and then the studio then make the series. They make it afterwards. So I think since they didn't have any design for Sasha, they just took Roxy's clothes and gave it to Sasha in
Okay,
the
yeah,
show. I
that makes
think it's
sense.
the other way around. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. And the most exciting part would probably be the leaked image of Pretty in Punk Sasha. Opinions, thoughts?
Um, should I spill?
Yeah, go for it.
So, a little bit. Actually, I'm very underwhelmed. I'm gonna be honest. I'm very underwhelmed. I'm design wise. I just feel like the face could be anything else. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like her makeup is very muted compared to like if I compare Movolova, my gosh, Felicia's face, that is giving me pretty in punk. But like the
Yeah,
Sasha, it's just it could be basic Sasha and I would be like, okay, sure. Like we're talking about the face first.
it looks like was it Expressed Sasha, like the one also with the curly hair? It
Yeah,
looks pretty much like that, cause with the like the color scheme
yeah,
and
that
probably the hair.
yeah, definitely agree. The hair, I do like the fact that it's curly hair. We love that. The hair
Yeah,
color is a little bit again, the hair color, it's like I don't know, is it like it's not even blonde, it's like a lighter brown, right? Like that's what you call it. I don't know. Like I just feel like
yeah,
it's a little bit also hair color wise underwhelming. Like I don't know. I feel like Chloe's very standing out. Like yes, it's like a yellowish blonde, but like with the orange. I don't know. Just there's something missing. Like I feel like maybe the outfit is gonna totally pull off the whole look, but I'm a little bit underwhelmed. Like with the hair color and with the face screening. Like I love the hair texture. That's hot, but like everything else, very underwhelming. Like I don't hate it all. I think she's very pretty, but you know
yeah.
that
We
that's my
haven't seen the yeah we haven't seen the complete look yet. Maybe that will change, but yeah, I feel the same. Like the makeup could be a little bit more darker. It's looking too bright to me to be
heavier.
called
Yeah,
punk.
more
Yeah,
heavier.
heavier. Yeah, that's the better word for that. Because
Like
like comparing the reproduction, like the leaked images of reproduction of Pretty and Punk dolls, that like the first line, the reproductions have way darker eye makeup than the original. So where is that in
exactly.
the in that second line of reproductions? It's a bit like yeah. But I
Yeah,
like the
but
hair, like more textured hair, and like the fact that she has like a white streak in her hair to like be on theme with the other Pretty and Punk dolls.
mhm.
And I think maybe worth mentioning is also the fact that this Monster High's collector dolls released last Monday on the like 1st of May, and the release, it's just a quick comment, was a bit, I guess, not necessarily messy, but like a very nerve wracking in a way because
Mhm.
everyone got the invitation to like the link to buy it like 30 minutes before the sale went up, and again it was sold out within minutes.
And especially since like Ducky and Tiffany. Come on now.
Yeah, and the weird part is we got the teaser and that's it. We got the pictures only on the day of the release
Damn.
because before that they would like tease give the teaser, and like within literally sometimes even like 24 hours they would already post a complete picture, which is kind of a bit too soon in my opinion. They could have waited maybe a couple more days or maybe a week and then show it us. But this time around, they just showed the teaser and then jumped right into sale. But either way, I got mine. I'm happy. Woo.
Congrats, Queen. Now let's hope it actually gets arrived, right? Like it actually arrives. So
Yeah,
let's go with that.
yeah, I hope so. It's still it hasn't shipped out yet. I hope I'm still gonna get it because I don't want to like end up with like some collectors that like received an email a week later like, I'm sorry, we kind of underestimated the sale and we are out of stock, which
Joy.
would be unfortunate. So yeah, I think we pretty much covered for the news
Yeah, I think
part,
that's
right?
everything for today when it
Yeah,
comes to news. I mean, there are a couple of exciting stuff, but like nothing like crazy like to talk
yeah,
like for. So
yeah.
yeah.
I think only one thing to mention. Last thing
Mhm.
is that I guess some people already could lay their hands on the new Abby doll from the G3 Monster High, and she looks pretty cute in my opinion. So far, one of the best designs in the new generation of Monster High.
It also, if I have to mention that, it also seems like if I saw this outfit on an older doll, I would be like, oh yeah, that's like I would never question it. Oh, this is G3. Like the outfit screams very, to me at least, something that
Yeah,
I've seen of G1. It's I don't know. It's really good.
very, very chic and like a lot of different fabrics. I'm really happy with the design.
It screams
So
Abby. Period.
exactly, there's that, and I'm gonna give it up to you on
So
our
now to
actual
my
topic.
things. Now to my part, which is a quick summary that I always do about every single topic that we have. So since today we have Barbie, well, where do we start with Barbie? So Barbie is an iconic fashion doll that has been entertaining children and collectors for over 6 decades already. Crazy, right? It was created by the American businesswoman Ruth Handler that actually got inspired, if we have to go in deep, by the Build Lily doll and paper dolls, but particularly Build Lily. And Barbie was introduced first on March 9, 1959 at the New York Toy Fair, and that basically is her, like, in a way, birthday. So in her early years, Barbie was actually marketed as just like a teenage fashion model with like a variety of clothes and accessories to just kind of pretend like different jobs or different like household tours or stuff like that. However, over the years, Barbie has evolved to reflect changes in fashion, culture, and technology, and has taken a variety of careers from doctor to astronaut to president, and has even had her own line of movies and TV shows, which the movies on their own are a whole different thing. And Barbie has also undergone like significant changes in her physical appearance, like new body types, skin tones, and hair textures that has been added into recent years. And these changes have been partially made in response, honestly, for because of the concerns of how Barbie impacts young girls' self-esteem and perception of unrealistic body standards, but also in a way to like again reflect current times, culture, and social changes in the world. Because there is a thing that we have to keep in mind: the whole body positivity thing, or like the whole diversity, is kind of like a newer thing. Like this is a whole other topic, but like it's just interesting to mention that like I don't think so the whole diversity was as present as like is as present now as like let's say 10 years ago. And last position, not least, what I want to mention about Miss Barbara is that despite the controversies, okay, the impact that Barbie has is undeniable. Like she has been a source for inspiration and empowerment for many people in the world. With the diverse career options and ever-changing appearance, Barbie continues still to this day to inspire children and adults to dream and believe in themselves because Barbie is the true definition of a pop culture icon. Period. So yeah, that's from Barbie.
Amen.
Okay, so I guess that's how we go into like our next subject, which is how we got into Barbies. So your turn.
Well, I definitely got into Barbie. I don't even like that's the funny thing. I don't even remember how I got into Barbie. Barbie was to me, I guess I'm not I guess also have to mention I'm not the biggest Barbie fan. I have like other things to obsess over in a way, but Barbie has kind of always been a standard in doll world. You know, you want to have a
Hmm.
doll, people always think of Barbie. That's the same thing with me. Like if I like someone says I want to have a doll, then I always right away think of Barbie, but because like Barbie is kind of the standard. One thing I have to like only say is like the moment I got fixated on Barbies was probably the moment when I started to watch the movies. You know, the earlier princess movies, like starting
Yeah,
off with like the Nutcracker, like the Swan Lake, and like and so on and so on. Those type of movies, like
we
in
have to
the
mention
early two
Princess and
thousands.
Popper, otherwise people are gonna hate
Yeah,
us. Yeah, Princess and Popper is also iconic,
like the standard movie. That's
right?
like I guess the moment when I got hyper fixated on Barbie in a way. So, how did you got into it?
I would definitely say that I do actually remember like my first like encounter with Barbie. Like I think I was probably like 2 or 3, which is crazy because like I feel like some people would be like, "Oh, how the hell do you remember that?" But like, babe, that's like this is the thing. Like, it's just like one of these stuff in life that happens, and you're like, "Holy cow!" Like it changes your life because I definitely would consider myself more on the opposite. Like you're like not really a Barbie collector. I would definitely consider myself more of a Barbie collector, or like Barbie fanatic. Period. I do love my brats and I do love other dolls, but at the end of the day, Barbie, I love you, bitch. That's it. She might be also number one. So I don't hire my dolls, but you know what I mean. So personally, how I got into Barbie, how I met Barbie, how that happened. I just remember one day going to my cousin and she just had Hip to Be Square Barbie with like a fucking pink, like I don't know if it was Ferrari or whatever. Like I'm not good with cars, and I was just like, holy cow, what is this? Like because I didn't obviously haven't seen anything before, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? It's like she literally like you can push her down and like I don't know like with the car, and I was like, oh my gosh, and the hair is like moving. It was a fascination, like you know what I mean. Like that's how it all started. It's like what I remember is like Hip to Be Square Barbie being like to me honestly the standard of like just the Barbie fantasy. Um, and yeah, and then from now on, I just basically was like, I need a Barbie, and eventually got some fake Barbies, and eventually got a real Barbie, which is Barbie Mariposa. Like that's definitely the first one that I would say. That was my first Barbie ever. Oh well, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah. And one more thing I got to mention is like Barbie was such a standard to me that for the longest time when I was a child, I thought Barbie is a synonym for doll. Like you know, if there's a
yeah,
doll, I would say the name like I would literally back then would say like Bratz Barbie,
same.
not
Yeah,
Bratz
okay,
doll,
yeah,
Bratz
okay.
Barbie.
I totally agree with you. Like I
Yeah,
did not think about that,
yeah,
but you're so right. So right.
yeah. Like you can hate or love Barbie, but Barbie is kind of always been a standard in a doll world.
It's a blueprint, baby girl. Like she's the
Yeah,
one who like popularized the fashion doll market. Like yes, there were. If you have to go technical, we're not gonna get super technical, but if you have to go technical, fashion dolls have existed since centuries. Like there's French fashion dolls and like whatever, but like the idea of like how a fashion doll actually is, because that's another thing. Like fashion dolls have been different sizes, mostly baby dolls or like cloth dolls, but like the whole idea of a fashion doll has to look like Barbie, has to be like about 11.5 inches and has to be like made out of plastic and have like a vinyl. You know, just this standards is
yeah,
something that Barbie has definitely set forward. So she's technically the blueprint. Period. Like even though if you talk about Build Lily, which is a whole other topic, but you know what I mean. The basic is Barbie. So
exactly. So from here on, we're gonna go on. I guess things we like and obviously also dislike.
what was your first doll? Because I said mine was like Mariposa slash Skip to Be Square well first appearance. What was your first Barbie?
Well, well, obviously, like, there's a difference between my first Barbie and like the one I bought with my own money, and I guess the dolls that weren't necessarily my dolls. It was actually my sister's dolls, but I mostly played it. And the earliest memory of like a first Barbie was either Cotton Style Barbie from 2002 or the California Girl Barbie. Those were my sister's Barbie, but I'm the one who played mostly with them.
Iconic. As you
So
should.
yeah, I think that's like a thing a lot of people can relate to. That I guess is a male and grew up in somewhat conservative country or maybe family. I don't know.
No, I can totally relate to you too. I mean,
Yeah,
I got like it was a hard thing to get dolls, and then eventually when I got dolls, it was still like there was some sort of like a feeling, you know what I mean? Like some sort of like kind of like a guilt even in a way. I don't know.
yeah.
So I can totally relate, but
So yeah, as even as a child, I would mostly try to be friends with some girls, not for the fact that like I like to hang out with them because, but mostly because they had dolls, so that's why I was friends with
amen.
them
Same. Like
because that
same.
was like the only option to get my hands on a doll.
Same. Like yeah, I have nothing to add more. Like literally.
Sounds already so depressing. So from here on, we're gonna go right into I guess things we like about Barbie. I guess
Yeah,
specifically,
definitely.
yeah. So what do you like in Barbie
Well,
specifically?
well, specifically when we talk about areas, when we talk about eras, I would definitely say that I love the early 60s. So we're talking like anything from 1950. Well, 1959 is not the 60s, but let's just say like 1959 plus until 1965. So before the mod era, I love the classic vintage era of Barbie.
Yeah,
Like I don't know, there's something about it. The feel of the
yeah. Her
dolls,
side eye is godly.
exactly. And weirdly enough, like yes, I do like any other. To be honest, I love every era of Barbie. I feel like there's something to appreciate, but definitely early 60s, and then funny enough, early 2010s. But then there's like a whole other thing. Why? Not only because of, the fact that they have lovely saran hair, but it's just the fashion babe of the early 2010s Barbie. The makeup, it was so, how do I say it?
So
Experimental, experimental.
yeah, and
The
very
glitter,
like yassified.
very yesified. It was just literally like Barbie went from the 2000s from being
Yeah.
like princesses and just like basically
So,
mostly princesses, and then suddenly she just like the dress got skinnier, skimpier, shorter, so much glitter. Girl, I don't know what happened, but she just like okay. So that's definitely something I love about Barbies when it comes to like eras. I love the fact that they have most of the Barbies have saran hair nowadays. That's like something I love. I love Barbie Extra. Unpopular popular opinion, but I love the Barbie extras. Especially like lately, I have been obsessed. And what else? What else do I love that Barbie has made in history? I mean, I love the message. Okay, if we're talking about just dolls in general, like yes, there's a bunch of stuff, but like I also love the way that Barbie is. Like I love the message. Like she is unapologetically herself. You know what I mean? Like she is literally could walk in pink heels and be a doctor and or an astronaut. And I just love that. I wish
she's truly staying to her motto like you can be anything and do
exactly,
anything wearing anything.
exactly. And it's just I don't know. Like there's just so much. Like honestly, I could talk about Barbie on and on and on, but I feel like these are the main points that I the certain eras. I definitely love the early 60s and the early 2010s, and I love the message. Like, I think this is the most important thing. I love the message of Barbie. What about you, babe?
Well, I am since already covered the part that I was way into movies, so I'm really into the princesses of Barbies. Like that's the Barbies that I like am collecting and would want to collect.
Mm-hmm.
Like definitely a lot of from like early 2000s. I like the 2010s when she was like very like hyper feminine with like a lot of
That's the
glitter. It's
thing.
like
That's what I was
yeah,
talking
like
about.
it's like glitter cocaine type of style in a way.
Girl,
Yeah,
clubbing. She was clubbing. She was
but
clubbing.
yeah, exactly. It was like clubbing outfits. But I also like the 2000s softer look with like I guess how people would say like girl next door look.
Very pastel-y, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I also like this, like appreciate both of her sides. Uh, Specifically, what I like, and also like a line from 2000 is the California Girl line, obviously, because like that's how it's all started, and I
Nostalgia.
like it. Yeah, because I'm not. I'm very, I guess, introverted person. I'm not like as even if I had the money, I guess that would be the last thing to choose to like go on vacation. But looking at California Girl dolls, it's just awakens this like lust and like I guess the mood for like going on vacation because they look so fun. With the bathing suits with the tan skin,
Of the tan.
and I also kind of like the different eras of Barbies. Speaking, the '90s Barbies, I think they kind of have like also like special magic about them. They
Mm-hmm.
look really, I guess, I don't know. When I think of Barbie, it's always like the '90s Barbies kind of in my mind because it's like the '90s Barbies are like perfect dolls to play with. You know, they had so many play sets. They had so many, I guess, ways to play with them. I guess '90s were the best days for Barbie and the most fun in a way. I guess also people would say too much fun because if a real person would start dressed like a Barbie from '90s, she would have put in jail within like 2 weeks probably.
Girl.
Like it's like that much fun in her outfits. Yeah, and I guess one more other thing that I really like is like movie themed Barbies. I'm not speaking like the movie, the upcoming movie, but for example, I have the Wonder Woman Barbie. I have the like Black Widow Barbie from the Marvel series, like those type.
Like a celebrity dolls? Or the
Yeah,
more.
something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
like movie themed, like maybe also like celebrity dolls. Because I really also want to have the Hunger Game Barbie, like the Katniss Everdeen. I think those type of
Same.
Barbies are also really cool, in my opinion. So yeah, that also would really.
I think they'll be categorized as celebrities by most people, not really like out there movie dolls. But I do get what
Yeah,
you mean. Like mostly like the
exactly.
actors playing a certain role rather than them being just, oh, like, this actor as a part, like Barbie doll. Like, let's say like, oh god, like, let's just say hypothetically, oh, this is a doll of Margot Robbie. No, this is Margot Robbie as Barbie. You know what I mean? Like, that's the
Yeah,
difference.
so those type of dolls that I'm also into Barbie. Unfortunately, I'm not that big of a fan of the vintage Barbies. I see the value. I know how like cool they are, but I think I haven't found a right one for me. To be quite honest.
I think, with dolls in general, I feel like you have to be mentally there. Like, you either get it or you either don't. You know what I mean? And that's okay.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, not every single era is for everyone. Not even single doll is for everyone, and that is okay because there's so many different dolls. So
yeah.
yeah.
I could see myself in like some '70s Barbies because I really like the '70s aesthetic and like the fashion because it's like so fun and flowery, like like the whole
Hmm.
hippie movement. Those type of
Yeah,
those actually look really fun. Something I probably have to like look into.
definitely. I would suggest, but not don't look too much into because you'll be poor.
Yeah, I think that's something I should leave when I'm going. I'll have like a stable banking account.
Exactly.
Mm. So, since Barbie is something we like, and we obviously have to stay unbiased. So, do you
Hmm.
have anything like you dislike about Barbie?
Well, I'm just gonna spill it. I hate connectron hair. So any single time there's a Barbie with connectron hair, I'll chop the shit out of that. I don't put it near me. Don't. Like literally the only though. I know some people are gonna be like, wait, didn't you just said like you have to be square is like blah, and I'm like, shut up. Yes, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Yes, Hip to be Square is the first Barbie I ever, you know, had have seen, and I do have her, but she's literally the only though that I haven't done anything with her hair because I'm like, so I'm just gonna keep her as a nostalgic thingy. I will eventually reroute her, but yes, she's the only one for now that like stays in my collection that has connecticut hair. But normally, actually not normally, always I do not keep dolls with connecticut hair, so that's one thing. So thank God they're not making any dolls with connecticut hair anymore. And speaking of dislikes, also I really don't have that much dislikes when it comes to Barbie, but like connecticut hair and the lack of glamour, especially in the the past years. I would say definitely right now, like the dolls that I'm seeing that are upcoming, I think they're getting better. The Barbie extras are a step in the right direction, but my gosh, I really miss, and I know that that's never going to happen, but I really miss the more glitter clothes, which is it's something. I know some people hate glittery clothes, but I really do miss this more Barbification. The Barbie core. I miss the Barbie core. I feel like Barbie's lacking a little bit Barbie core. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's again, I guess the critics. It's like the same label with the critics about her body. They
Hmm.
also like put in her clothes that is like hyper feminine and like too glittery, too sparkly, too short, which
Yeah.
is yeah, it's kind of a bit sad. I know like they're coming from a good place in a way, like the parents. That's like also another thing. Children don't even get those things.
This is the thing. I don't want to beef you up, but like I actually have talked like fun fact, I have talked with my mom about Barbie, period. And just like the doll. And like literally my mom is like, for all the people who say that a doll is sexy, they really need to go to a mental hospital. I do not understand how we can find a
Exactly.
doll sexy. I'm so
That's
sorry.
that's
Like
what
she
I
literally was like, "This is a doll." Like we're also like I was talking with her. Period. Like dolls, fashion dolls in general. So like not only Barbie but Bratz. She's like, "It's a doll though. Like it's a doll. Like why is it bad? I don't see it. It's a fucking doll. Like hello.
yeah
Like how do you find this sexy? Like I don't get it." And I'm like, "Thank you."
yeah. I think here is when like it sounds bad, but like it's in a way when the adults and I guess the soccer moms kind of get bored and then like started to make up drama and stuff because when you say like oh like the size of the breasts of Barbie or like her waist or in general her like appearance, it's not things we thought about as a child. It's like so
No.
sick that people start to talk about to the children about it because with that way they kind of planting the whole idea that they're not enough as like as a person with their bodies because as a child it's just a toy for us. We don't think
Exactly.
about the sexual stuff. If you can if like there's something definitely wrong with you if you think of dolls and quickly connected it to like sex. That's
Or
like
pedophilia or whatever. Like that's just
yeah, that's on you. That's not like that has nothing to do with children.
yet no
And
one is talking about like fucking Power Rangers or I don't even know, like He-Man or
yeah,
whatever we have.
yeah. Talk about like unrealistic like body
The
expectation.
wrestlers,
Like yeah, who is that Jack? That's not even healthy to be that Jack because like, you literally have to like spend
steroids or
every
whatever it is.
yeah, no, not necessarily steroids, but you have to like go every day to gym. Then you have to like eat a lot of like meat and steak. That's like something healthy to do. Like you know.
Let's talk about body proportions, okay? Let's talk about that for a second, babe. Real.
And also one more thing is like why you so quick to critic something that has to do with girls like again women being attacked from like early age. I think Barbie should be more praised and I think she deserved to be the way she was in 2010s because
Hmm.
who like who had like so many professions back in the 60s and 70s
As
as
a
a
woman.
woman. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's like a huge credit that people like forgetting to give to Barbie for being like that. I guess daring in a way to like change the whole idea of
Mold.
women.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
mold and the whole ideal. And it's just
it's not necessarily that a dislike about Barbie. It's like dislike about like how people.
in society, yeah. I'm totally with you. Like I can definitely agree that it's just like that's like a whole other topic. Like I feel like talking about like the way like talking about just fashion dolls in general and like the controversies, this controversies of fashion dolls, that could be a whole other topic because it's literally like yes, there's a lot of Barbie, but there's also like just generally speaking on fashion dolls like this and that whatever. Where it's like really like you're really making from a problem from nothing. So and like you're not praising what it is actually for. Like you know what I mean? Barbie is a tool to dream on, like a tool to imagine. There's nothing sexual, there's nothing inappropriate about it. So
That's like the last thing you would think as a child. As a child, you would even be disgusted to kiss, I guess, another person, you know? To
yeah,
think about
yeah,
it.
I
Like,
agree.
children don't think about those things. These are just toys. It's not that deep. Like, let's just put it that way.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, things that I also don't like about Barbie is I gotta mention modern day Playland Barbies. I don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily mean the Barbie extras because I think extras are kind of a little bit of exception because it
I
also
agree.
it caters more also to the collectors because they have, I guess, a lot of details and like a thought went into their look be more appreciated by the collectors too, you know.
Mm-hmm. They did recycle, for example, for number 15, I think it was. I'm not completely sure, but they made one that was heavily inspired by Raquel, and they recycled Barbie Life in a Dreamhouse boots, but now in a different color with painted on details, which is another thing. The boots had painted on details. So it's a good like they do reference some older stuff from Barbie. I love that. It's just like it's so chef kiss, you know what I mean?
When I speak of Playland dolls, today I don't necessarily mean the Barbie extras, even though they are Playland doll, but I also mean like a basic Barbie dolls with like I don't know, Chef Barbie, Barbie like going on a date with Ken, Barbie that's like is in a swimming pool. They have a
Yeah.
lot of lack of details. Starting off with their faces, yeah, designs. Let's just put it generally that way. Everything design wise about them is kind of bad because first of all they kind of always missing clothes. A lot of the clothing is plastic, molded on
Mhm.
plastic, which I don't which sucks because it limits the doll only to, I guess, play one specific role, which is, I guess, contradicting if you know
Mhm.
Barbie.
Exactly.
Because
I mean, this is
uh,
a fashion doll, man. You're supposed to
yeah,
undress her and just like,
yeah,
hello, this is not an action figure.
yeah.
Thank you.
And I think also one thing is in 2010s there were a lot of Playland Barbies, but all of them were in different in a way, like different screenings, different hair lengths.
Mhm.
Millie, I don't know if she is different, but most of the times she looks like it's all the same doll. At best, only different hairstyle.
The Barbie extras, Millies, have differences.
Yeah,
I would
they
say
have
that.
differences. You can see that right away. They have differences, but the Playline Millies, they all look the same. Like, no,
Mhm.
thank you.
Unfortunately, gotta agree because it is the reality. So,
Like these days you cannot take a Playline doll and like back in the 2010s I would always see like a Playline Barbie doll and I would want to like buy her and then like take her head off and put it on an articulated fashionista Barbie and then play with it because I really like the head, like the face, the hair on the Playline doll better.
so much more thought was put into the makeup, the position of the eyelashes, or anything. It's just
Yeah, exactly. Like you had that option to do. These days you don't have that option because almost everything looks the same.
maybe some of them are
Yeah,
wonky, but you know.
yeah. But otherwise, one more positive thing is that Barbie's, I guess, inclusivity of appearance has different body types, which is also great these days, and a lot of like implementing a lot of different races. It's not
Yeah,
anymore
man. Yeah,
mainly,
I
yeah.
agree. I should have mentioned that too, but I'm glad you
Uh,
mentioned because
it's not only the blonde girl now.
mhm. No, at the end of the day, this is the thing. At the end of the day, yes, the quality lacks and stuff, but you gotta give her like a huge applause, just like praise, applause, like whatever you call it, because there's really no other doll. And I know some motherfuckers are gonna be like, brats are diverse. I'm like, they are diverse, but I haven't seen yet a disabled quote unquote or brats with a Down syndrome. I have not seen that, and that is revolutionary. That's like great. Like I love that.
Yeah, it's not like necessarily Brad should do that, but at
No.
least it's at least Barbie is covering that and trying to like I guess cater to more people and like be thoughtful of them because they also want to play with Barbie they can relate to.
Exactly. And it's good that these dolls, like I love that the more diverse dolls, yeah, they're not as articulated for some people, and like I know their fashion can be a lackluster. I do like though that their price point is really good and they're pretty easily accessible. So there's that.
So it's coming to more fun questions, I guess, more personal questions in a
Hmm.
way. On a first doll, well, I already said mine. It's in both cases, like my first doll that I had as a child. Well, not necessarily I had, but played with as a child was California Girl Barbie. And the first doll that I kind of bought myself with my own money for my collection was again also California Girl Barbie because I wanted her back. Just basically that. But what's yours?
I will actually first want to, I will definitely tell you, but I want to ask you what happened to the original one. I'm just curious, like the original California
I,
Girl.
I I don't know. We like back then. I remember we moved a lot. Maybe in like the moving process, maybe it just got lost, or we someone gave it away, or we just threw them away. Because I definitely remember we violated the cotton style Barbie doll.
Oh,
We
girl.
just cut her head. Like it wasn't like that bad. We definitely cut her like a short bob because she had conical hair, and conical hair is not play friendly. It freezes really fast, and it's kind of as a child you don't even know how to fix it. You don't even know that it's fixable. So I think back then we just cut it short.
Honestly, you know what? I love that. I really do love that because then that she was cut in style. Like you gotta cut in style her hair though. So
Yeah, at some point.
period. I mean, honestly, love that. Love that. I mean, I'm glad you were able to still get. I'm actually glad that like California Girl is pretty affordable. I feel like she's not
Yeah.
really. Yeah. Okay. Well.
I, I I don't know how it's these days, how difficult to get her these days, but I got her like a couple of years ago. But even back then, it was quite easy and it was pretty decent price. I almost like she kind of like she still had her original box. She wasn't like in the box.
Mhm.
She's been on like unboxed once. She
Yeah.
just was put back in.
Probably never played with.
So I was really happy that I also have like the box, I guess, in a way. So yeah, how about you?
So for me, I would definitely say like when it comes. I mean, also said like my first experience slash I feel like the first doll, even though it wasn't mine, I do remember stealing it and then having to give it back. Was Skip to Be Square Barbie. So that one particularly, just for me, it's always gonna stay like that look, that outfit is just, like iconic Barbie. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like definitely I'm gonna stay biased, even though she comes with connect long hair. So that would definitely consider for me like my mm, maybe first Barbie, like in my mind first Barbie, but not really a one that was like definitely like, oh yeah, it was mine. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
I would definitely say first Barbie that I do remember like definitely being like, oh yeah, that's mine was Barbie Mariposa, which was obviously years later. But that one I definitely would say was like not a hand me down or it was also a real Barbie. That's another thing. I grew up with a lot of fake Barbies. I didn't grow up if I had a Barbie, it was like one or two and they were both fake. So that was like a huge deal. Like I remember to actually getting her and there was some sort of guilt, just being like, I'm a dog, but I'm a boy question. But uh, I don't know. So
Mm.
Mariposa, first one when it comes to childhood. And this is the thing, like when I got like my own money, I honestly don't remember because I think after I got Mariposa, I don't know. Like I don't think so. I just always found like ways to accumulate somehow Barbies after that more easily. So I mean I'm about to say like Barbie, like this is the thing. I'm trying to think what I bought with my own money because I did start saving up money even when I was a kid, like here and there. And I think the first maybe Barbie that I ever got was Barbie Fashionista Clutch Collection Nikki Wave 2 Clutch Collection, I think, or something.
Ooh,
It was the
that's a
one
good
with like
one.
the one that had like white boots, very skimpy dress with like hearts, like very like I was about to say Art Deco, but not Art Deco, like more like, I don't know, like very cartoony ass kind of like print on the dress, and like the fur kind of like, it's not even a
Oh
scarf.
yeah, I remember. Actually, that was one of the dolls. I don't know if it was with the California Girls, but I definitely remember getting her because I saw her once in the store and I thought she was really interesting, and my mom or my aunt got her later on for me when I started to collect dolls.
And I
That's
mean,
actually a
also,
really good one.
to be honest, let's be here fucking honest. She's like, she just screams Nicki Minaj. Like, don't you think?
Yeah,
Does she
yeah,
scream
like
Nicki? She screams Nicki. And I mean,
a
she's
lot
Nicki,
of
but like,
pink. Yeah, and like literally Barbie clothing. Like
yeah, she screams the barbs. And yeah, so that's I think the first one that I bought with my own money slash pocket money slash whatever.
yeah,
I might have bought before that or before her. Most likely, I have bought before her like a knockoff Barbie doll that was like way cheaper. But like I'm considering right now like a real deal, like you know what I mean, Mattel product. So that's I think maybe the first one. Like either her or either a basic 2012 like $10 Barbie doll, because I did also got like around the same time a basic one with like shorter hair, but like she was like platinum blonde, like very like Marilyn Monroe. I feel like that's how I always thought of her. Um,
yeah.
yeah, so that's for me, honestly.
And also worth to mention is that back then I remember I wanted to have that Nikki because I thought it's the same doll that my Froggy Stuff uses, even though it wasn't.
No, it wasn't, which is so
Yeah,
I actually you have a good point.
yeah,
I mean though honestly, the faces are so similar. Like that particular Nikki and the one that my Fruity stuff like well my Fruity stuff used the artsy
art. Yeah, that's from the first
first wave.
fashionista line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
first collection artsy. And by the time like that this Nikki was released, she was no more called artsy. And she didn't even have like that style of artsy. Like artsy had a little bit more of like a I feel like boho look.
artsy had more like something of. She looked like she robbed Yasmin's closet. Let's just put it that
Exactly.
way.
Yeah. Where like this one was just screaming like Pink Friday, Nicki Minaj, the Barbs, hello. Like just
Yeah,
ugh.
yeah, I'm more on board with Nikki than Artsy, to be quite
Same.
honest.
Same. Not judgment, but same. Yeah.
So yeah, since spoke of our favorite of our first dolls, do you have a favorite one in your
Well,
collection?
this is the thing. Do we do top three favorites or do we do only one? Like really like only one?
I guess we could go for top three because I think it's really hard to pick only one.
The thing is, if I really have to pick only one, I feel like I will only go with Keep to be Square Barbie. Reroot it. Keep to be Square Barbie with rerooted saran hair. Could be even brown hair, could be even blonde. I don't care, but they got it. Well, I do care. It just has to be a realistic color, but reroot it. So that's that. So if it has to be one, it'll be Keep to be Square Barbie reroot it. But if I can add like let's say two more, like let's say like
Yeah,
the Holy
let
Trinity.
me hear those. Yeah.
Uh, so I feel like when it comes to the Holy Trinity, I would probably say, a good question, huh? I would probably say Mariposa. You know, I would say Mariposa. You know, I'll say Mariposa. So like,
She's important.
she's also important to me, but also like I kind of like her. She has a shorter body. She was the first one to have this body. Like she's a fairy. I love fairies. This is another thing about me is like I am a fairy girl. I never understood the mermaid craze. I don't still understand why people like mermaids. So fight me on that. I was always a fairy girl. So there's that. So she is a fairy plus. And so I would definitely say yeah, Mariposa number two. Throw at and I think honestly yes. My third one will be the reproduction of Twirly Hair Barbie, like the 2015 reproduction of Twirly Hair, because it's just way
Oh
better than the
yeah.
original one. So I want everyone to fight me.
She also doesn't have the conical in here, right?
Thank God.
because all the 90s Barbie have the crinkle hair, as far as I know. The only few that have somewhat saran hair, I don't even know what type of hair it is, but definitely something close to saran.
Yep. And this is the thing. Also, we're only talking about like favorite dolls that we have in our collection, because like my gosh, if we're talking generally, that would be a whole other list. So yeah, that's just to mention that I'm not just saying. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So what
I
about you,
get it.
babe? What are your number three favorite Barbie dolls that you have in your collection?
Well, for the like number, okay, let's just do it backwards, I guess. Number
Mm-hmm.
three would definitely be Life in the Dream House Barbie,
Okay.
because I don't know, she's that important. Because Life in the Dream House is, I guess, one of the to me one of the best years of Barbie, because the series was like peak comedy, like it's
Mm-hmm.
like such a like good writing. I don't even know like what business they had to like make it such good comedy show. So definitely her. Number two would be obviously California Girl Barbie. She is like
She just gotta
she
be.
yeah. My number one would like be, I guess most people would consider it boring, but it's kind of also a safe option, is the Annalise Barbie, like the Princess and the Pauper, the princess one. It's
I mean,
her.
she's just the definition of Princess Barbie. Like she's just perfection when it comes to
Yeah,
a Princess Barbie done. Like I don't even know. Like there's nothing wrong with her. Like literally, like every detail is perfection. It's exactly how it should be. It's not
and the
looking.
hair. Yeah,
Yeah, the hair is
and she
saran.
exactly, and like she owns that hairstyle that much that she like the combination of this hairstyle, she kind of took it for the Life in the Dream House also. Like she just owns the side part, like put down bangs in the front, and like the half up, half down hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's just Barbie hair from 2000s
Agreed. I mean,
and so
your
on.
choice is real good, babe. Your choice is really good. The thing is, if I had Annalise, okay, maybe. Yeah, I'll have probably also. I don't know because I don't want to kick the girls out of my top three. Like I really love my top three, but damn, I mean, I really want the Life in Dreams. This is also another one I would totally steal from you if I ever have a chance. That would be one that I'll definitely steal. Like, oh my gosh, Life in Dream House, such a pretty doll. Um.
Yeah, I gotta keep an eye on for Selena.
Oh, but girl.
Do you have like Holy Grail Barbies?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So I Yeah, I do. And I will say we keep it again to three because I feel like if I started now talking about my holy grails will be a long list. So let's keep it three. So I would definitely say the one that definitely keeps up in my mind, number one Barbie. Like I would say like with the first one, go big or go home. You know what I mean? Like if I can get that right, the number one Barbie, like we're talking the one and only 1959, the one that smells like crayons, has lead paint on her lips, or just generally,
Yeah,
and has the holes in her fucking feet. Yeah, that's the one I want. Yep,
yeah,
that's
with her god tier side eye.
exactly. So that one is, I feel like that's like holy grail to the rooftop. Like that's like you know what I mean. Like that's like oh my gosh. So that'll be her. Another one I would say like holy grail that it's definitely more like not on her level, but like it's still quite expensive though, is Miss Barbie, and she is the one with the controversial closable eyes that scared kids in the 60s, and that was like I think pull off the shelves after like 3 months or something. Like she was really like she didn't sell and people complained, so she took like it's insane. So I don't know if she was like 1964 or 1965. I am confused a little bit here. So someone will definitely correct me on that. But yeah, Miss Barbie with the swim cap and the 3 wigs, that is her. I would definitely put her as number two. And I think number three will be something very odd, but because I don't think so a lot of people know it, but I want really, really badly the Takara Barbie slash Takara Barbie's friend Flora. So like not Takara Barbie, but Takara Barbie's friend Flora. That's the one I really, really want. Such a thing twister. So the car Barbie was basically well, a quick brief history was an attempt for a few years where like Mattel and the car kind of combined. They were like, hey, let's bring Barbie to the Japanese market, but like successfully. And at that time, they created Barbie, and obviously, they, modified Barbie to kind of have more of a Lika-chan-esque aesthetic. Um, and they brought like in the first year a friend for Barbie, and the friend was called Flora, and it was like basically Barbie, but just with green eyes instead of brown eyes, because for some reason they choose that Barbie has to have brown eyes. So weird. But basically her friend had green eyes and had like a longer hair, and like the hair was also more like platinum blonde than just like blonde. I guess like I don't know, like what are you going to call it? Champagne blonde is what Barbie Morse has. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
So that's another doll that I really want because it's. I mean, she is available. It's just like she's kind of pricey, and I just don't have the money. So yeah, it's not really a rare doll. It's mostly like, pricey. So, what about you, babe?
So my top three Holy Grails would be, well, starting off, I guess with small,
Mm-hmm.
but probably newish. I'm saying newish, not regular Barbie. I don't necessarily mean new in box. I don't mind people like secondhand dolls, like
Mm-hmm.
used, but I'm more saying like I want her complete accessory, dress, everything complete, and like somewhat good condition. Because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
I saw either they are in a good condition but they're missing a lot of stuff, or they have all of it but then they're like in horrible condition
Like very
and
played with.
overpriced.
Yeah.
Yeah, and overpriced. So I'm still like struggling to find my best one for me. So that's
Good luck.
definitely that. Because like Nutcracker is Barbie is like what started it all with the princesses. So
Agreed.
I
You do
want
have.
her.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you do have like Swan Lake and Rapunzel, right?
I don't have Rapunzel, but I definitely have Swan Lake. Swan Lake is, I guess, to mention it, is my favorite Barbie movie, and yeah, I do have the Swan Lake.
Okay, I don't know why I always thought you had also Rapunzel. That's why.
No, no, I don't have her yet. I'm still looking for the right one. There's
Mm-hmm.
like, again, variants of Indonesian and Chinese. I forgot which one I wanted, but definitely one of those. Like, there's a specific
Mm.
variant that I really want because one has more like yassified face, like more vibrant, and the other one is like more pastelly, more soft, and the
Which one
eyes
do
are
you want?
wider.
Stelly
Yeah,
or Vibrant?
more pastelly because it more looks
Indonesia.
like the. Yeah, okay, then I want the Indonesian one because it reminds me more of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The more vibrant and more like yassified makeup look reminds me of like a regular Barbie doll with the princess dress on.
Literally,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I
Uh,
get what you mean. I like the China version more though. I'm so sorry.
yeah, I get it. Some they look good, like the China version. Like I cannot even decide which variants I like more between like the Princess and the Pauper. Do I like the Indonesian one or the Chinese one because
Hmm.
they look good in their own ways.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
so the next would be is probably Hollywood Divas World Tour Barbie, like from the Fashionistas line. It's the sweetie one, I
Hmm.
remember. Like she has like a short mini skirt, a tank top
Had
with
bangs,
like yeah, and
right?
the fur jacket
Oh
and the
yeah.
bangs. Like I love me some good Barbie with bangs. Like she looks so good. I really want her.
And the bangs are
And
good. That's the thing. The bangs
exactly
are done right.
these and my third would probably be again California Cali girl or like California girl Barbie, but the Hawaiian hair one. Was it
Oh.
Teresa? Was it Teresa? Like she has this Teresa mold. She has like ginger hair.
Oh yeah.
I I
What was her
I
name?
saw her.
Summer. Summer.
Oh, Summer, right. Like, I saw her once on an Instagram post and I was like, I want her. But then I went online and she's like so expensive. And I couldn't even find her in good condition.
Yeah, yeah, that is so true. That is so true. Like you could actually find her, but she is a super. I mean, she's just pricey for what she is, and also you never find her complete. The hair is always like, since it's connect cologne, it's kind of, you know, it's
Yeah.
mostly in a very bad shape. So I do agree on that. She's a
Yeah.
tough one, babe. She's a tough one. Like, you really have to get her brand new in box to be, I feel like, satisfied, so you can actually
Yeah.
open her and like enjoy her.
And also, like a side note, I think
Mm-hmm.
what we are speaking of are mostly like the main Barbie brand. I think we could like make a whole other topic of like other type of Barbies.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I'm also really want to get into the whole world of sewing style Barbies. I think they look so
Ooh.
amazing and the quality is unmatched, to be honest.
These, oof. I same prices. No, that's all I have to
Exactly.
say.
Yeah, that's it for now. It's definitely gonna go back into it in
I
another
feel like,
episode.
yeah, I feel like we can definitely like make an episode where it's like different iterations
Or
of
like
Barbie, like
spin-off brands.
spin-offs, exactly. Like that could be a whole thing, because I definitely have some up my sleeve too that I will have to share, that I'm highly passionate about. So, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Um, but speaking of points, we didn't talk about Barbie movies, baby girl.
Oh
I mean,
right.
yeah, we didn't talk about
Exactly.
Barbie movies, so like,
That's yeah. I guess we should mention our favorite one. Well,
yeah,
I already said mine. It was Swan Lake. It's my
just
all-time
Swan Lake.
favorite. Yeah.
What about top three?
Well,
Give us top three, babe. Give us top
okay.
three.
Top three. Okay. The next in line would be Barbie and the was it 12 Dancing Princesses?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you say it in English?
Yeah,
Because I like.
Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, because I only know the German name, to be honest. And the third would be oh my god, I just had it in my mind and I completely forgot. I
Pegasus. Magic of Pegasus? Was it?
Yeah, exactly. That's one. I
I
think
I knew that you
it's
mentioned once Magic of
yeah
Pegasus. I was like, I think you can
yeah
talk about
it's a very underrated movie
that.
in my opinion. I don't know. I just usually don't see people talking about it. People usually always mention either 12 Dancing Princesses or Princess and the Pauper.
I only see Princess and Pauper, baby girl. Like, like literally, if I see someone talk about it, it's always Princess and the Pauper.
Was that three? Yeah.
Yes, that's three.
I would have also said instead of maybe the Magic Pegasus, I would also maybe say Nutcracker, but I don't think I vibe that much with the movie. The movie is a little bit boring. I just like it because I love the music, like the
Mhm.
Nutcracker music. We back in the day we used to like go every year to Nutcracker to watch the Nutcracker, the
Oh,
ballet.
really?
Yeah, like almost every year.
Damn. Okay, talk about like parents doing all of the whole damn thing,
Yeah.
girl. I cannot relate.
Well, I asked for it because I really like the music.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
That slay. I'll have to say slay. Like jealous. Hashtag jealous. That's all I have to say.
What's what are your top
Oh,
three
about me, right?
movies?
I would say, obviously. I mean, I don't know if I can categorize them into top threes. I mean, yeah, I do have top three movies, but I don't know if I can put them as like, oh, this is number one, this is number two, because I kind of like them all equally the same, I would say. So the first one that comes up though in my mind is The Nutcracker, since you're already
Yeah.
speaking about it. Reason, um, maybe nostalgic bias, but I honestly, I do get it in a way. Like I feel like yeah, it's not as exciting as like other movies. Like I don't feel like it's that much going on. But my God, it's so Barbie. Like I don't know. I just think it's so
It's so
lovely. It's so
yeah. It literally has magic in it when you watch this. Like the whole aesthetic, it's like a portal into different world.
exactly. It's just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just like it. Period. That's it. It's just something about it. It's like hmm. That's it. So that would definitely be one. Another movie that I would say that I really actually enjoy. Um, well, am I gonna be basic? If I, let me think. If I don't want to sound like basic because it's gonna be like, oh, so you just said Nutcracker, now you're gonna say Rapunzel. But honestly, I do like Rapunzel too. Like I'm gonna be honest, I do like Rapunzel too. The movie, I think it's really
Oh,
really good.
right. It's so. Oh my god. Yeah, top three is not even enough.
Exactly. So, so I do like Rapunzel. So there's that. Another movie, so like the third one that I would put, it gets so hard because like I'm thinking right now and I'm like, wait, actually this is actually so fucking hard. Um, I'm literally conflicting right now between saying that my top other like from top three is either the first Mariposa movie because there's two. So either the first Mariposa movie or ah like this is a controversial one because a lot of people actually hate this movie. Like actually got off hate this movie, and that is. And the thing is, I remember when I first saw it, I was not really impressed either, like commercial wise. And that is Barbie in the Pink Shoes.
Yeah, I remember people being a little bit cold towards it.
It's see the Barbie in the Pink Shoes. I actually really like. So this is okay. Maybe four movies. Okay. Okay, Mariposa Way, I like it, but like, come on now, it's a fairy. And I know, like, we have also Fairytopia and stuff, but like, I don't know, but Mariposa just gets it for me. But Pink Shoes, it just has this whole. It's technically a little bit boring, technically, but it has the same kind of feeling, in my opinion, as the Nutcracker. And I know a lot of people are gonna get heated up here, but just the way the story kind of goes. Like this is the thing, the story. Like I feel like Nutcracker and the Barbie in the Pink Shoes. It just the story kind of goes. It just keeps going and going, but like it doesn't have like jumps. Like I feel like the story just kind of has like the same. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't. Do you get it? Like there are
Yeah,
obstacles.
a little bit.
There are obstacles, but it doesn't go like super like oh it's a huge obstacle and then like you're like oh the movie probably is gonna end because that's like the only obstacle. It's kind of like oh there's an obstacle and then there's another obstacle and then there's another obstacle, but like it's kind of like in the same level of hardness. It just kind of I don't know if I can explain it. It's just like I feel like it's
Yeah,
either you get it or you don't. Like Mastermind. What can I
yeah,
say? So yeah, I think that's the movies that I can think of. I mean, obviously, if we can do consider Life in the Dream House, that would be also a whole other thing. But it's a series, so I don't consider it a movie.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Barbie Life in Dream House is probably all-time
I,
standard for everyone. It's not
I,
even like
it's its
in
own thing.
news. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's it.
So
Oh my gosh, I think that's it. I
yeah,
think we actually
I
came
think we
to the end.
yeah covered most of the things I guess that are relevant to us.
Like the most importance when I feel like when it comes to our brain and what we associate with
Exactly.
Barbie and whatnot. So, I mean, you can talk about Barbie. That's like another thing. I'm so scared about this topic is because I feel like we can talk about Barbie for hours. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have any recommendations for our
As usually,
listeners?
no. I usually don't have any recommendations. So, nope, I don't. What about you?
So I went on the opening night or day of
Hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the final part of the Guardians of Galaxy line
Was
of
it like
movies.
last week?
Yeah, it was like last week, literally on the first day. It
Hmm.
was really good. It was an emotional roller coaster. It's like one moment it's like super funny. Like the humor is there. It's like really funny movie, but it like it also very sad moments, and like there were no break times. It's literally a moment where you almost cry or already cry, and then right after that there's like a really funny scene. Like it was little emotional roller
Real
coaster.
mind
So it
fuck.
was so it was very good movie. I think it's one of the best of the last that movie came up by Marvel. I know there's like a lot of critics that like Marvel is kind of lacking in quality and more paying more attention to quantity. So yeah, that was definitely a good one, and also like worth the delay that it had.
Oh, it actually had a delay. I'm really have no
Yeah,
idea
all
about
of the,
Marvel.
yeah, like ever since pandemic, there's like a lot of projects that were delayed. Sometimes even like almost a year later, and
Oh wow.
yeah, and some of them weren't even worth the delay. It's kind of was like one movie was kind of really bad in a way, even though it was delayed. Like obviously, a lot of people back then had a lot of expectations for the movie because it was delayed so many times. So there's that. But this one was definitely worth the delay. So there is that. Music wise, I don't think I have one now. Yeah, I think that's it for this week's recommendations, I
I
guess.
think we had so much already, so it's like, girl, what are we gonna do more? Okay, well, I guess that was from both of us. I definitely send lots of kisses to everyone, and yeah, I guess see us next week.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, and see you next week.